So for this video, all you're going to need is a chair and maybe a pillow if you have a hard time sitting up tall, and an old t-shirt. So a lot of the times my students complain about neck and shoulder pain, and I think it's getting worse these days because of stress, obviously, and we're just on the computer more, including myself. I've never been on the computer as much as I am now. And it's also a good thing for me. I get to feel what you feel. And I also am getting more in touch with tech. I used to push it away, like I hated it. Now I'm like, okay, I get it. We need to embrace tech. So I want to kind of debunk this myth that with shoulder and neck pain, you have to like stretch all the time, do all the stretching and releasing. Sometimes it's something super simple that you just need to correct periodically through the day. So come and join me. We're going to grab a seat, and hopefully you're sitting already. And I have a pillow behind me just to demonstrate. We're just going to work on a simple process to get you upright with simple imagery to sit up straight. Hopefully you're doing this in the middle of your workday. Your shirt will just be handy. I'm just going to put it, kind of lengthen it out. Just put it on your lap for now. You want to sit slightly forward. If you're sitting back on the chair because you need that support, that is totally fine. I do recommend to have a support for your lumbar spine. Even one of those professional supports is great. What you want to look for in a chair, if you don't have an ergonomic chair already, is that your thighs are going to be parallel to the floor, right? This chair is actually, if I were to be working, I would probably want my legs to be even a little bit higher so they're more parallel to the floor. This is not completely ideal. I just dragged my chair up from my living room and put it down here because it was better than my fold-out chair that I use. Okay, so what I want you to visualize here is one of those old-fashioned toys, right? Where there's that wooden rod, and then you've got the donuts that sit up on top of each other, the different colored donuts. Remember those old-fashioned toys? I don't even think you can get one anymore outside of a thrift store. So your spine is that rod lifting up from the chair bottom all the way up through your crown. Your crown is right here, not here. It's right up through here, okay? And you're gonna stack those donut toys one on top of the other, okay? And you're gonna put the smallest toy right up on your head, right up on the crown, okay? Right here. Now, think about how when you're stacking them, you don't want the toys to be shifting forward or back. The toys are your vertebra, your spine, right? You don't want them to shift forward and back. You want them to stack perfectly one on top of the other. So if you can visualize that, you might just start to feel more of an effortless way of sitting, right? You don't want your muscles to be working too hard to sit. So in a neutral spine, you're going to have your tailbone back behind you, just a little bit, a slight curve of your back. The thoracic spine or rib cage area will curve outward. You want a slight curve of the nape of your neck and a lift up through the crown, okay? So right away, you might feel that your neck doesn't have to work so hard to be up straight, and your shoulders don't have to work too hard to be up straight. And when my clients come in and when my students come and see me, I tell them this is the way that our posture should be. And then we work from there, because sometimes it's just a very quick fix. Just sit up tall. And what that means when I say sit up tall is stack those donut toys. People forget that we have to bring our pelvis underneath us instead of just pull the shoulders back. If you pull the shoulders back and you're sitting like this, your shoulders are going to feel like crap. Just stay. So you do want that slight neutral pelvis. You want your pelvis right here, ribs on top of the pelvis, shoulders on top of the ribs, okay, and then head on top of the shoulders. And just see how that feels. Now, if you need that support for your low back because you're getting tired, you can always sit back and then rest up against the pillow, or just kind of round your back arc your back around the pillow and relax your shoulders on top of the rib cage. Good, and then that helps get rid of that forward head when you're shifting your chin too far forward. Okay, now as we find that nice effortless lift in posture, grab your t-shirt. You're gonna take your t-shirt back behind your skull, right at the base of the skull. Use your fingers to feel where that lip is at the skull. You're gonna place the t-shirt right here, nice and wide. Wrap your elbows forward. Pull forward with your forearms. So you are gonna activate your triceps a little bit. Let your head, your skull fall back into the shirt. So you're gonna feel this nice, heavy skull, effortless skull there. Okay, effortless neck. You're gonna pull forward from the right hand and let the head rotate to the left. Forward and switch. Yeah, and you're using your arms. Don't use your head, don't use your neck. Use your arms to rotate. It's gonna feel so good, so effortless. Yeah? Relax into it, heavy head. You will feel your arms a little bit, but this will allow you to release some of those tight muscles in the back there, and in the back of the neck. Good, and then release. Good, that's it. Take a few shoulder circles. So remember, it doesn't need to be a huge amount of stretching or a huge amount of, releasing. Sometimes it's simply stacking those donut toys, right? And then finding that movement in the neck. So what we did there with the t-shirt is just allowed some rotation for your cervical spine. All right, I hope you got something out of this video, and I will see you for next week. Take care.